Hi guys. So we're back with the chopping block video. I've spent about probably well over a month really digging into these products, getting a feel for them, whether I want to keep them in my collection or not. So let's just get started. I'm going to move this stuff out of the way and then I'm just going to talk about each product like one at a time. All right, so this first one is kind of a spoiler alert. So I said I was going to possibly get rid of this completely, and I don't have to do that because spoiler alert, I finished up this product. I finally finished the whole thing. I had marked where I think I was, and I've totally finished it. I'm glad I put it in this chopping block, and I'm glad I've had this product in my project pan. It's so old. It's just not the type of product I reach for. So I am getting rid of it, but I'm getting rid of it because I finished it. So that's kind of nice. Spoiler alert to any of you who watch my project pan. You'll see this in the next update. All right, so I've decided I'm not going to get rid of this. I am going to try and make an effort to really use it up in this next month. I've really just been enjoying mixing this with my Kosas Tinted Face Oil. It still gives me that dewy effect. It just gives me a little bit more coverage. And mixing the Kosas shade I have and this one together gives me a really good shade match for what I am right now. So I'm going to try and keep using this. I don't enjoy using this, but I will try and finish it, and hopefully I can be done relatively soon. Product also is in my project pan. It's the Josie Maran Vibrancy Fluid Foundation. I think the most shocking thing to me, this is the Hourglass Vanish Stick, and I have this in the shade Porcelain. I have been choosing to use this one over the Josie Maran one because I just know like I would prefer the formula of this one more. And I haven't changed my mind on it. I still don't enjoy it like I enjoy other foundations, but I'm not going to get rid of this. It's going to stay in my collection. I've found a new love for this product. I've really enjoyed actually using it and getting good use out of it. I use it very like sparingly on my face, and I use it with a darker foundation, a more liquidy foundation, so it's been working out really well using it that way. But again, it is a really light color, especially what I am right now, and it's extremely full coverage, which is not my vibe these days, so it's really hard to enjoy using this. My favorite way I've been enjoying using this is with almost like an oil primer. One from Lila B that I have is a really good option that I like pairing with this because it just sits better on my skin. So yeah, long story short, I am going to keep this guy. I'm not going to get rid of it. I am going to get rid of both of these liquid shadows. This is the Cargo Swimmables Longwear Eyeshadow Stick, and this is the Maybelline Color Tattoo Eye Chrome. I'm actually going to give this to my sister. I do think that she would use this more than me. She does a lot of like stage makeup since she does theater on the side. So I'm gonna give her this. At least I know someone in that theater will be able to use it then. And this is just really old, so I am going to get rid of this. It was kind of nice using it once or twice, but I've realized like this is drying up, and the other formulas that I have that are in a color similar to this, I love so much more. So yeah, I'm getting rid of both of these guys. Two more things I'm getting rid of. I am getting rid of both of these brow products. So this is the Foreign Coast Eyebrow Tattoo Precision Pen. I talked about how it shows up green on my skin when I use it, and obviously that's not a flattering color when my eyebrows are like a very gray toned brown. So yes, I'm getting rid of this. Another reason why I'm getting rid of this specifically is I actually bought the Milani like eyebrow pen that gives you like like brow strokes. So it's kind of a good match for me right now, and this one doesn't. So I kind of already replaced this, which is why I'm going to get rid of this guy now. And then the same reasoning as I'm getting rid of this, it's just not a appropriate match for me anymore. This definitely will match my sister more. So I'm going to give this to her. I know she'll use it a lot. Okay, let's talk about these 3 lip products. So this is the Pixie Beauty Peach Pout Balm that they have. It's their like lip tint balms. I talked about how I don't like this because the formula is really, really stiff, and the color just tints so much on the skin over time. I've decided I am going to keep this. I shocked myself with how fast I've been going through lip balms and lip glosses this last month or two. So, you know, even if it's kind of a goofy color during the day, I can just use this at night. So I think I am going to keep this. I'll keep it by my bedside. I'll get some really good use out of it. It is a comfortable, like, nourishing formula. It's just the actual stick itself is just a really stiff balm stick. It's not as glossy like the others I've tried. But yeah, I've decided that I'm gonna keep this guy. And in that note, I am gonna keep the one from Bite Beauty for now. For now. I love this color, and I don't use this color enough because it's in a bullet stick formula, and it's a shame because it is such a beautiful shade. But I can start wearing my cream lipsticks again now that our mask mandate is lifted for fully vaccinated individuals in North Carolina where I live. So I'm really enjoying just getting full use out of all of my bullet lipsticks again. So I've kind of kept this guy in my purse and gotten really good use out of it. So I am going to keep it. This one is from Buxom. It's their like bullet lipstick version, the Big and Sexy. This is the shade Sultry Mauve. I've talked about how I just don't wear shades like this. And as much as I love this formula, I just don't wear this shade. It was like pulling teeth trying to use this over the last month. So because of that, I'm going to get rid of this shade. It's not an old lipstick, so I think I am going to just pass it to my sister and see if she wants it. If not, if it gets thrown away, it gets thrown away. But I feel like my sister would like that shade more than me. Right, this is something that blew me away. I was 98% sure I was getting rid of this. I'm not kidding you. I was ready to just throw this out, declutter it, but I found a way to make this work. I've stated how much I enjoy this color, but I couldn't find a way to get this to work on my skin, and I found a way. I've been using a really, really dense brush, and so far, the times that I've used it with a really, really dense, thick brush, it's worked. So fingers crossed that it stays that way. So I am going to keep this Cheek Slime Lip and Cheek Tint from Freck in the shade Cuffed. I'm going to keep it in my collection for now. These two are a different story. I am going to keep the Maybelline Cheek Heat. This is the shade Pink Scorch. I've stated before how much I love having this as a super sheer cheek color. So yes, I am keeping this, but I have decided to get rid of this. It just looks very patchy because it's more of a almost satin borderlining metallic finish on the cheeks, and it doesn't look right. It looks very patchy that way, and it's just this shade. I'm hoping, because I do want to try out another shade or two, so I am going to get rid of this, and I'll probably pick up a different shade in this collection if I decide to. But yeah, I'm getting rid of the one from CoverGirl. Oh boy. This is the Smashbox Step by Step Contour Stick. I have this in the shade Highlight. I just realized I don't ever use a product like this. I'd much rather just use foundation or my concealer, so I am getting rid of this guy. The only other product I have left from this 3-step set is the contour stick. I've totally used up the bronze stick. So I'm just gonna get rid of this. It's just another thing in my collection that I'm not using, and I don't believe they sell this anymore, so it's kind of a waste for me to keep it for like YouTube or Instagram purposes when nobody can even get it anyways. I've stated how much I hate it. My mind hasn't changed about how much I hate this Makeup Revolution eyeliner, flick eyeliner, super flick liner. It's almost impossible to remove from the eyelashes and the delicate skin around your eyes, but I feel like it's drying up really, really fast, so I'm kind of hoping with another month, maybe 2 months of use, that I can just kind of get rid of it after then. So I'm gonna keep it around for now, but just to let you know, like, I will be using it and then getting rid of it, so you won't see it much longer. These two guys, this is the Kylie Cosmetics Potted Shadow in the shade Golden Plum. I'm just going to get rid of this. It's not the color I want it to be. I look at it in the pan and it looks so beautiful and kind of like violet red, but it doesn't translate that way on the eyes at all. So it's old, it's from 2016, it is now 2021. I need to just get rid of it. So that's what I'm gonna do. This, I honestly was going to get rid of, but I get so dark in the summertime. I am going to keep this around for this summer and see how much use I get out of this. If I don't use it at all, I'm just going to get rid of it. But for now, I'm going to keep it. Oh, and this is the Makeup Revolution Luxury Baking Powder in the shade Banana. I'm going to keep both of these Pixie palettes. I'm actually kind of surprised I'm saying that because there's nothing wrong with them. I want to make that abundantly clear, but they're powders and I've just really been loving having cream and liquid products, but I love these matte blush shades, the two in each palette, so much, especially right now. I'm using them a lot, so I am going to keep them. I am slightly disappointed in the highlight formula. I was hoping that the formula would be more similar to their other like duo highlight pans, but they're not. That's okay, but yeah, for now I'm gonna keep them. I'm gonna keep them. Something I'm getting rid of. I'm getting rid of this Sephora blush palette. I stated when I was originally talking about this, I really only had this, I was only keeping this really for the shade. I have a shade similar in my collection. If you were curious what that shade was in my collection, I'm gonna leave it up in the card so you guys can check out my blush declutter video. So I talk about it up in the card there. But the reason why I'm getting rid of this is because it's just not practical for me to keep this for one shade, and I've kind of talked myself into giving this to my sister. I know my sister would really like this. Again, she does a lot of theater makeup, so I think that would be really, really beneficial for her. And then I know someone will at least get use out of this. Next one is going to shock everybody. I know I'm going to make some people mad, but I am getting rid of this. And it's the Kevin Aquan, it's the Contour Book, Volume 3. I'm getting rid of this. My favorite part about this is the blush, but why am I keeping this entire contour palette for a blush? The highlights are subpar, they're very dusty. I spoke about this in the first video. Like, you can see how dusty they look. They don't stay on the skin and they don't shine and perform well like the rest of the highlighters that I love. And there's 3 different sculpting colors here. I am only ever going to use this light one. I am a light skinned person. I don't need 3 different sculpting colors. I'm never going to use 3 of them. I'm only ever going to use 1. So that being said, this is a waste for me right now. If I still did bridal makeup, I would keep this because I have a ton of different clients with a ton of different skin tones. But for my personal use, I'm not going to use this. I also prefer a cream contour shade versus a powder these days. Like I've stated a million times in this video already, my sister does theater makeup. I really think she will get a ton of use out of this. So yeah, I'm going to declutter it. That's a dang shame because this is so expensive. And I was sent this from Kevin Kwan and an influencer, I believe. But it's not practical in my makeup collection. So I know for a fact my sister will use this 100%. So I am giving this to her. I thought for sure I was getting rid of this today, but I'm not going to get rid of this today. I'm going to try and use this up this summer, and then I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to try and use this all over my body, not just on my face. I really can't handle using this on my face. It's such a strong smell, and I feel like it is starting to break me out. Depending on how long I'm wearing this, I feel like it is starting to break me out. So I'm going to keep this to the end of the summer. I'm not going to get rid of this just yet, but just so you are aware, after this summer, it's gone. Because I can't put up with the smell anymore. It's awful. The smell alone is just too much to bear. I made a decision on all of these eyeshadow palettes. You guys are gonna think I'm crazy. I'm getting rid of all of these. So I've used these all again at least once, and I just don't feel that love for these palettes like I once did. So I think because of that, I can get rid of all 5 of these eyeshadow palettes. I think that's a smart decision on my part. I'll open these up so you guys can see. This is the Carly Bible BH Cosmetics Deluxe Edition palette. My sister, I actually showed her these 5 palettes and like asked her, like, will you use any of these? Are any of these going to be beneficial for you? And she actually picked a couple of these out that she was going to use and to keep. So my sister is keeping the KVD Fetish palette, one of the best palettes for theatrical makeup. So I am happy she's going to keep this because this was a freaking arm and a leg. This was such an expensive palette, and there really isn't anything too wrong with it. It's just these 2 shades drive me nuts, the Whip and Latex. But I know she will get good use out of this, and I know other people in her theater will as well. And she also decided she wanted the Morphe 350 palette. This is a fantastic palette to use for multiple skin tones, for classic eye makeup. So I'm not surprised that she wanted this. I hope she gets a ton of good use out of this. I think she'll love it. I loved it while I had it. I just have so much now that this isn't unique in my collection anymore. It's not that like coveted product anymore for me. So yeah, my sister said she wanted this as well, so it's going to be taken out of my collection. If another friend wants this palette, if not, I'm going to get rid of all of these. These 2 are fairly old. They're a couple years old in my collection. This one is an amazing palette. I love the formula of this, and this one's just getting old. I've hit pan in quite a few of these. So yeah, it's just time. It's time to get rid of these. They're not coveted products in my collection anymore. So let's bring everything back in of what I'm keeping and what I'm getting rid of, so you guys can kind of see like how that went down. All right, you guys, so this is all the makeup that I'm keeping in my collection. This is all the makeup that is leaving my collection. I am shocked. I'm really shocked. I'm only keeping 11 products, and technically I'm getting rid of 2 for sure at the end of the summer. So I'm really only keeping around 9 products because I know I'll be getting rid of these 2 in the next month or so. But anyways, products that are leaving my collection. 16 products are leaving my collection, whether I'm just getting rid of them, whether I use them up, or I'm getting, sending them to my sister. 16 products I'm getting rid of versus 11 that I'm keeping. I'm really, really proud of that. That's well over half of my collection from this chopping block that I'm freeing that space up, that I'm finally getting to use more products in my collection that I know I love, that I enjoy using, and I won't be staring at the stuff feeling bad that I'm not using it, trying to use it, and not enjoying using it then. So I'm going to wrap this video up. That is everything. I think I'm gonna do another chopping block video maybe in the next few months. I do get sent quite a good bit of makeup, and just, in general, the more I use, the more opinions I get on a lot of products. So stay tuned. We'll see if we'll get another chopping block video in the future. Do stay tuned for a Project Pan video coming up soon here in the near future. So thanks for watching. I hope this was interesting. I hope I didn't hurt or break any hearts at what I decided to get rid of. I am honestly shocked I'm getting rid of some of these, but they had to go. They had to go. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up. That's the end of this video. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.